you rock up with one of these, you know, production value. The number one reason filmmakers worldwide purchase a matte box is to look like a more serious filmmaker. Money. It makes you look more professional in front of a client. So now that we have the main reason out of the way, we're going to focus more on the filmmaking aspect. And we're going to compare a more entry-level system, the Tilta Mini, with a professional level matte box full of features, full of cool shit, the Tilta Mirage. Tilta did send us these for the comparison video, but they're not paying or sponsoring this video. Let's do it. Hey Marcin, how's it going?
Hi, thanks for having me.
The Mirage and the Mini. Well, let's start with the Mini. I think we start with the Mini.
It's small, it's compact. You have the basic features with
French flag
and quick locking system. All the reductions for your lenses that support different diameters. You can easily put one filter.
With a squeeze, if you have some super slims, format high tech, I'm looking at you, you might be able to fit 2 filters in, but it's a squeeze.
And if you fit more than one tray, you cannot close the top plug.
Pros, definitely the lightweight, the portability.
You can rig it like everywhere. Top headshot, on car. You do not have a lot of like air pressure coming when you're on the gimbal or fast pacing shots. So the form factor of it being so small and lightweight is a big pro.
Okay, so on to the cons of this guy. I think first of all, the locking mechanism for the filters isn't super secure, and it's not a sideways locking system, it's just like a pull. I mean, this is also not really rubberized, it's just plastic, so it makes me a little bit nervous, I'll be honest. The next thing is the mounting options for the rods are not super flexible. Like for example, my camera is too low on the rods and I cannot fit the mounting point, so like it sits too high. So with this one I have to mount it on using the reductions on the friction mount.
So it's a basic product. It's definitely also more affordable, if we didn't mention it earlier. So it's like an entry level, but you gain the basic advantages of the matte box.
And of course, the main advantage, you know, on which the whole video is based, you know, according to our research, you can probably charge between 10 to 20 extra % for all of your filmmaking work, just having this bad boy on the end of your lens. So, on to the Mirage?
I think so. So this is definitely a bigger one, like a bigger brother. It's also more expandable because it's modular. You have different attachments, you do have filter trays, and what's, I think, most important, the reductions are threaded on both ways. So if you have circular filters you already own, you can put them even here, like you would mount them on the regular lens.
So this gives you a lot more variations in how you want to set up your filters. The support for multiple trays also means that you can pre-stack filter combos. So if you have, you know, an ND you use most and a mist filter, you could pre-stack that, and then you just pull that out of your bag. You know what you have. You have the ND plus mist, stick it straight in. Obviously, then you could pair either a third filter or you know, whatever you like. There's a lot of options basically. And on top of this, I mean, the big feature of the Mirage and the snazzy feature of the Mirage is the motorized wireless variable ND.
But it's actually a game changer. So you do have like a VND setup. In this, I need to emphasize this. You can change the variable ND wireless.
With this little guy. So you switch it on, you switch on the transmitter, you switch on the receiver, they're rechargeable battery powered, and you can just rig this to your camera or give this to your first or second AC and very smoothly adjust the ND. So we're going to light all the possible lights in the studio, make it really bright, and then go from outside to inside, and action. Dog. Yeah, that's it. Magical.
Currently I'm doing it like with the VND. set up on the lens, and when you are on the gimbal and you try to like change the density on the variable and the circular one on the lens, you always like shake on the gimbal. This is a game changer for quick shots like this. Also, when you're like in a remote setup, like the camera is rigged or somewhere else.
Absolutely, which obviously Tilta, famous for its car rigs. So, you know, you've got this rigged up on a car. You're just sitting in the warmth of the car. You've got the AC on if you're in hot, or you've got the heating on, and you're just going.
Or you put it on a drone. We need to check that.
Okay, I don't know about that. I don't know what the range is. We're going to put the range here, and then you can work out whether you can do it on the drone. Anyway, you can bring the drone in a bit, adjust it, and then go again.
Or just run after your drone.
Of course, yes.
The one thing I see also is that there are vents here.
Yes.
So there's even less air pressure when something is moving forward. You do not have this here, but it's also smaller, so...
Yeah, so actually, the air resistance is something you would consider definitely if you are moving. They have obviously taken that into account, but it probably still doesn't make up for the extra surface area.
But you'd be surprised how much air pressure you can get with this.
Moving on to the kind of cons of the Mirage is, it is an expensive setup. And even if you buy the combo with the VND, which this is what this is, there is still additional things that you will need to buy to expand this. So, for example, it doesn't come with any filter trays. So if you want the usability of using the trays quick switching, you need to buy them yourself. The motorized VND is a fantastic feature. It's super, super creative, but it's not perfect. It's not the optical quality that you're going to get from, Cine fixed ND. Like, it is still a VND. This one does have quite a strong color cast. It is, fixable in post for sure. It's a solution more for run and gun and for creative shots rather than something you would use in like a cinema, higher budget production. You would still go with your Cine fixed NDs. It is bigger and it is heavier. So without a counterweight on a slightly bigger rig, you're going to struggle to balance it on something like a Crane 4, that sort of size gimbal.
It adds a little bit more things to your rig besides only this matte box. So you need to have rods for this, etc., etc.
So there is some additional considerations. It will add a few more obstacles to your filmmaking as opposed to the smaller brother, the Mini, which is just that little bit easier to use all around. I think that's a pretty comprehensive list of the features. But who are these for? What's for who? I think 90% of filmmakers will be happy with the Mini, right? The majority of uses are covered by this.
Majority. With one problem, you cannot stack like circular filters in it. So even if it's like a basic one, you cannot continue with the filters you have. So that's one thing to have in mind. But this is cheaper, also lighter, no additional things to set up on your rig. You can put it on a gimbal, just straight away get it and use it.
So for any run and gun filmmakers, I think this is suitable. For anyone who is only entering the level where you feel like, okay, maybe I need a matte box, this is definitely a good option.
If you're running on a vintage lens of sorts and you always have like a color cast or a ghosting or something like this, you just put this, bam.
This will cover the vast majority. And then I think the Mirage, it is a more professional ecosystem. If you're looking to push your filmmaking to the next level, you're looking to do some creative shots, you've got specific cases where you might use the motorized VND in mind, definitely, go for it. And I think you won't be disappointed. If you're stacking filters, maybe if you need the speed of being able to have the preset trays, trays in and out. If you're working on bigger sets, I think the Mirage will definitely be your best friend. Thank you so much for your help, Marcin. Really appreciate that. And your expertise on these is super valuable. So
thanks for having me here.
Yeah, see you soon. Most importantly, whichever one you choose, this is your friendly reminder to start charging more for your work. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and see you in the next one. Bye.